All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have two group breaks back to back. This bad boy right here was a 3:30 break. It sold out a couple of minutes ago. Just had to make the spreadsheet for it, which we did. Thanks, guys, in the chat to buy those last two spots. Thanks, everybody, for buying the spots. But thanks for you guys getting them last two so we could break it today for sure. It's a case 30 of 30. I'd like to say that I picked it because of that, but I didn't. The case was actually this way when I grabbed it off the shelf. It just happened to be a 30 to 30.
Wow,
So, that's just how it is. Well, you know, I was walking. I had this vision in my head of what I wanted to pull, and then it was backwards, and I'm like, you know, I'm just going to go with whatever it is. And then it was 30 of 30, and I'm like, wow, it's a 30 for 30 break.
What? I doubt I'll ever get it. 30 for 30.
It's
It'll be 100%.
It's a 30 for 30 right there. I wish I could have the 30 for 30 voiceover guy.
What if I told you?
Yeah.
This had a honest way?
All right, 77. Box 77 of 300. All right, we're going to start out with a John Smoltzy action right there. That's a 1988 Fleer Update, Gem Mint 10. There we go. All right, box 52. And how about this guy? Ken Griffey Jr., 1989 Fleer. That's a PSA 10 as well. Box 92. I got a 1970 Tom Seaver. That's a PSA 8. All right, a little older there. Going back. What do we got here? Box 28 this time around. We got Mays and McCovey, 1967 Fence Busters. That's a PSA 7. Box 204. This guy. How about an 85 Topps Mark McGuire 1984 USA baseball team? And that's a PSA 9. America. Every time I say America, all I can think of is South Park. Thicker jabs at a 175. Oh, man. 1983 Fleer Wade Boggs. That's a PSA 10.
Your friend Wade Boggs?
That's right. I shared a drink with Wade Boggs. He told me stories. I laughed. No crying, but there was laughter. 281. There we go. 1965 Hank Aaron, PSA 7. Imagine if you were that kid that had all these cards and you somehow kept them and they never got thrown out.
That's how it is.
That's just, you're lucky, man.
Millionaire.
Lucky. You didn't put them in the spokes of your wheels of your bike. Because of the sound it makes.
Really?
Because you didn't think back then it's not like today. It's not like you didn't buy them for an investment. They
No,
were
I
just
get
your
that,
favorite
but
players.
I just don't know why.
1974, because they make awesome sound. Dave Winfield. You know what I'm going to do? When you get a 10-speeder, we'll buy some Pro Set cards. You can use your Fleer cards.
I could.
Put them in the spokes. 1974 Topps Dave Winfield. That's a PSA 8. See, I like this. This is an underused thing in cards. Having the autograph of every player. Because it's a nice guide.
I don't think those are all. I don't think that was always their autograph.
I think it was.
I don't know about that.
You think it was just some random person's cursive writing of their name?
Yeah.
No. Maybe. 118 out of 300. But they used to have books and stuff like the AFL. Like they had like an actual like autograph guide. Like all, fake auto. Well, not fake, but it was an autographed book. But it wasn't really autographed by the players. You get what I'm saying here. This is all old. This is nice. 1961 Topps Ernie Banks. That's a PSA 7. Liking this. I like this. All right, here we go. We got one more box. If we get some modern flair, are we going to keep it pre-88? 89. Pre-89 with the Griffey. Let's see what happens here. No, that's a bummer. Well, I got a card from 2011. I shouldn't have said anything, but it's Bryce Harper. How about that?
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, Bowman Prospects, Gem Mint 10. So, we did get a little bit of a modern flair, but I think it's acceptable to put a Bryce Harper in this one. Not too shabby. A lot of old stuff. Some 60s, 70s, some 80s.
90s and today.
Yeah, here. 98.7. ASW Mavericks. Exactly. It was not a thought that the cards were going to gain any type of value.
No. They were.
It's just
I just don't know why
interesting.
I wouldn't never think to put them in the spokes of my bicycle.
But that's because you're not then. Like if
Even
you were
then.
born then, now you don't know that. Because everyone was doing it.
I mean, I feel like I would
Progressive.
I mean, no, I would just I don't want to ruin them.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, there probably were a few kids that were like. Well, there had to have been because there are some cards that survived from them. But in general, it was not.
If it was a crappy card, I'd do it.
11.
But I wouldn't be putting Mickey Mantle on there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Six, 7, 8, 9. Right? Yeah, 9. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, the Wade Boggs, the Andy S, the Tom Seaver, the Tony H, the Bryce Harper, the Nick Q, the Mays McCovey, the Lane D, the Winfield, the Andy S, along with the Ernie Banks, John Smoltz, the Luke W, the Hank Aaron, Adam B, the Ken Griffey Jr. to Andy S, and the Mark McGuire to Lane D. Alright, give me a minute and we'll be right back with the autographed football break.